Hello everybody, this is Keys to the Truth. How do airplane turbines really work? Let's see for a second. So I'm going to do a different format this time, and I'm just going to play the videos while I'm recording, and let's see how it works. Let me know your thoughts on the comment section, please. So first, as usual, let's start with the mainstream official BS explanation.
Jet engines have been the successful drivers of aircraft for nearly a century now. In this video,
A century. Okay. So, excuse the fast forwarding, but it just takes too long for them to tell us what they are wanting to tell us. You feel free to speed up my recordings as well. Let's see.
we will explain the technology behind the jet engine in a logical, step-by-step manner.
In a logical, step-by-step manner. Oh, really?
A jet engine keeps an aircraft moving forward using a very simple principle, the same that makes an air-filled balloon move. Yes, Newton's third law of motion.
Newton, the Mason. So we're supposed to believe Newton now, I guess. Well, Newton didn't have an apple, so you're supposed to believe somebody that has an apple. Tell that to Snow White, huh?
Just like the reaction force produced by the air moves the balloon, the reaction force produced by the high-speed jet at the tail of the jet engine makes it move forward.
Okay, there's air moving. I agree. I concur. Maybe you do as well. Let me know in the comments. And it's pushing the aircraft forward. I think we can all agree on that. So far, so good.
So the working of jet engine is all about producing a high-speed jet at the exit. The higher the speed
High-speed jet. Okay, doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. Let's continue.
of the jet, the greater the thrust force. The thrust force makes an aircraft move forward. Such high-speed exhaust is achieved by a combination of techniques. If you can heat the incoming
Okay. How do they achieve, though, the high-speed thrust? The high-speed jet stream, right? That's propelling the airplane forward.
air to a high temperature, it will expand tremendously and will create the high-velocity jet.
If you can heat the air to a high temperature, well, that's kind of... I'm having trouble understanding that, or wrapping my head around that. And so that right there is a warning shot, or the alarms go off, the flashing bells. Whenever you're having trouble understanding something, stop, take a deep breath, take a step back, and start asking questions. Same goes for your kids. Remember, if these malevolent people can, do stuff against us in 3 generations and rewire everything against us, we can do the same. Maybe even faster. Let's continue.
For this purpose, a combustion chamber is used.
A combustion chamber? What? Let's go back here. Let's go back. Remember, if you don't understand something, take a step
It's
back.
achieved by a combination of techniques. If you can heat the incoming air to a high temperature, it will expand tremendously and will create the high-velocity jet.
You're gonna heat the air? Why would you heat the air? I'm scratching my head literally. Why would you heat the air? Does that make any sense to anybody? You're having like a rushing air because the airplane is moving faster. Well, you first have to get it up to speed. But once it's up in the air, you have to heat the air to push it. Does not make any sense whatsoever. So right there, I'm going to call BS on this on the spot. And right there this is where the magic is happening. This is where the fakery is, the fake magic, not the real magic. The fake magic is happening. This is where they're bamboozling us, they're hoodwinking us into believing something false, okay? So they started all right, and then, they lull you into sleep, into that, alpha or beta, whatever state of your mind, and then they go in for the kill, okay? Hook, line, and sinker, they got you. So let's carry on. I'm going to keep peeling away at the onion layers of lies and deceit.
For this purpose, a combustion chamber is used.
Wow, a combustion chamber. What? Oh, gosh.
an atomized form of a fuel
I don't even know what to tell you, but I'll tell you later.
is burnt in the combustion chamber.
A combustion chamber? Holy moly.
Effective combustion requires air to be at moderately high temperature and pressure.
And this is where the flames, so there's going to be flames coming out of the back of the engine. Really? Let's see the flames out of the back of the engine. Let's see that. Okay. Huh? Not here. Not here. Well, let's see here. A 747 taking off. Let's see them flames, guys. Wow. You see those flames? Wow, they're like 100 feet back. Or, wait, wow, my eyesight is failing me. I don't see no flames. Let's look again. Maybe we need to look closer. There, the flames. Look at the flames. All over the place. No flames. Do you see the flames? I don't see any flames. Where's the flames? I thought there was flames. Because this animation here says flames. Look. So I should believe the animation. It's CGI. It's a computer screen with a refresh rate. So it's hypnotizing me. And so I should believe it, right? What does real flames look on an engine? On an engine that's actually burning something. Combusting something. That's what it looks like. Actual combustion going on in an engine that goes off of combustion. Okay? Actual film, not CGI. So going back, let's go back to the fakery.
To bring the air to this condition, a set of compressor stages are used.
A set of compressors.
The rotating blades of the compressor add energy to the fluid.
Well, that might be true there. We're compressing the air, but there's just absolutely no point in burning anything or heating up anything because the friction is going to heat it up on its own. So this is completely asinine.
And its temperature and pressure rise to a level suitable to sustain
and
combustion.
Deceitful. Blah, 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 blah.
The compressor and turbine are attached to the same
here,
shaft.
Look.
The compressor receives the energy for the rotation from a turbine, which is placed right after the combustion chamber.
Look, it says it's heating it from 10 degrees to 450 and increasing the pressure. Okay. So there might be some truth within these slides, and then here it goes up to 1600 centigrade, Celsius, whatever. And then they come up with a bunch of other hooey, and this is just to reinforce the lie. Now we got you. Now we're gonna drive it home, drive a stake through your heart. And then they put all this stuff in here, blah, blah, blah. The air, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it's compressing air. It's a compressed air turbine. That's what it is, but it doesn't mean it's a combustion engine. So here we go. And then I'll tell you how they're actually working in a second. And then I think I missed it, but you can watch this at your own pace sometime. And then they're going to tell you that then they're going to decrease the pressure and the temperature for no freaking reason. I missed that part. Well, you can watch it at your own pace. I don't want to take too much of your time. These videos, I'm trying to make them shorter. Anyway, so completely just ridiculous. Now, let's see the flames. No flames, no flames. And you can see real flames in real combustion engines. Even in your own car. You don't have to have a hybrid. These, look at them. Nice, beautiful flames. And look at the size of this engine compared to the size of an aircraft, an airliner. There's no size comparison. These are like much smaller. And the sound, look at the sound. I'm sorry, listen to the sound. Okay, now compare the sound of a car that's combusting to a plane. They sound completely different. And you know the sound. I mean, I don't have to play it for you here. But so what about
So you're telling me Coons
some
has
more
my
here?
perfect car,
Let's see
I can
what's
buy it
who's
online.
playing. Oh my gosh, sorry about that. And then, so how do they start the engines? They start them with a jet start, like this. Okay, they start them with air. No combustion, zero combustion. I've actually seen this personally. And I'll put a picture of a picture, yes, an image that I took from a photograph myself several years ago while I was at an airport, and actually spoke to one of the techs there. And I asked them about the fueling. He was like, I asked him, "Where's the fuel?" And like, "Well, there's no fuel. But you said you're refueling." "Yeah, but there's no fuel." "Okay, so you're pumping air into pressurized air." "Yeah, we are." So they're just going through the motions. He's not even thinking about it until I start questioning him very politely, though. So that brings me to the whole point of that we are trained monkeys, all of us, completely trained monkeys, and we're just going through the motions, hypnotized. MK Ultra mind control. Look at this. This is how they start them, okay? Notice the sound. Now, notice the sound of a car engine. Do they sound anything alike? They sound nothing alike. Nothing. Completely different sounds, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you how they actually work. But first, let's see this factory guy at Rolls-Royce. Look at this, Rolls-Royce factory, okay? And this is going to be very important. This is going to be very important because this is where we're going to catch them with the proof, okay? I'm not just showing the plausibility. Okay, this might be true, it might not be true. The actual proof and evidence, okay? Because remember several years ago, a few years ago, they had all these videos about how airplanes didn't use fuel and there's no space for the fuel in the wings and the tons that they would need, like a truckload full of fuel and there's no space, blah, blah, blah. And that's all true, but they never, I mean, we saw that, we realized that, but we didn't actually come up with a smoking gun. And I'm going to show you the smoking gun, like the actual, you know.
We can do water ingestion testing. This is our Dreamfix facility. What went wrong with the Dreamliner?
You can watch this on your own. So Rolls-Royce builds the engines for these huge aircraft, the 747s. They test them here. Blah blah blah. But you could even work in here and not know. You could actually work here and not know what's going on. I'm gonna mute that. Sorry, guys. But you can feel free to watch this on your own. And like even these guys here, they might be deluded. I mean, maybe the manager of the plant is not deluded. He's in on the scam. Surely, maybe, I don't know. I mean, but look, you still see this and you still don't realize what's going on. So I'll tell you what's going on. And this is where you see what's going on. Same Rolls-Royce, permanent magnet technology. Boom. There. I just peeled back the curtain, and you're seeing the Wizard of Oz. Okay. The same people. Rolls-Royce. This is actually their video. I'm gonna thumb it down for being such liars. Sorry about that. Give me the thumbs up if you like my videos. And these guys, this is not by them, but this is about their factory, and this is for the airplanes, and it's the same people that are doing the engines for the boats. Now let's look at this. I'm going to shut up a little bit so you can hear what they're saying.
Motor technology, PM for short, has been
permanent motor technology. Listen to that.
Permanent magnet motor technology, PM for short, has been introduced in several ranges of Rolls-Royce marine equipment. The PM motor consists of two main parts, a stator that carries a number of electrical coil windings, and a rotor fitted with a number of very strong permanent magnets. A rotating magnet providing mechanical power. PM opens the way for innovation in a reduction in noise and vibration is the result. The permanent magnet as in a thruster has been through a comprehensive and successful program.
So there, boom, we just caught him red-handed, okay? The same people that are doing the boat turbines, admitting that there's magnets in them and that it's a electromagnetic motor that's producing energy. It's not producing energy, it's actually manifesting it magically. But I'll do a video on that subject later. But it's manifesting the energy because you have a high-speed torque of a highly conductive metal, in this case, which is highly conductive crystal, which is inside a vortex of magnetism, electromagnetism, and that disrupts, it torques the field, the electromagnetic magical field, which it's a magical field. It torques it, and that generates energy. Why does it do that? I'll show you the answer in a different video, because that's like way more advanced than this. But for right now, if you know anything about engines, you know exactly what I'm saying. If you're an engineer, you know, kick yourself in the butt for not realizing this earlier. If you already had, you know, kudos to you. I kicked myself in the butt because I didn't realize this until now, you know, over 50 years later. So there we have the smoking gun, the proof. Let's drive home the point. 5 game-changing. Look at this, guys.
Per unit. Yamaha is finally accepting orders for a all-in-one 350 kilowatt unit intended.
This is the hottest of the hottest, newest of the new electric motors. Look, 2021 June, and they're talking about nickel motors made out of nickel. And look.
And before the Marley contact-free motor, the incoming EV race will bring a few notable problems. One of these problems is material supply for both motors and batteries. Magnets are particularly problematic because they are used quite a bit in motors, and obviously these are built out of rare earth metals. So this company has decided to build a motor which actually doesn't have any magnets. This means that there are no contacts to transmit electricity, abrasion, or mechanical wear for that matter. Power is actually transferred wirelessly into the rotor via induction, therefore producing an electromagnetic field. Now, Marley has been pretty transparent about the design, and they stated that it could be used for lighter vehicles, but it would probably need a transmission for heavier trucks.
Yeah, I don't want to bore you with that too much. But look, here's what they're made of. What are airplane turbines made of? Nickel-based super alloys. So nickel, okay? Why nickel? Look. Nickel and aluminum. Aluminum is going to be the outer shell, but they're going to use nickel inside. And nickel is actually very highly, has a high level of a low resistivity and high conductivity, electrical and thermal, both. So it's not as highly conductive of electricity as copper, but it's really good too. So it can be used to generate power. And look, crystal structure, because this is the key that they use when they're in the know, you know, crystal, because they know it's a crystal, okay? All matter is made up of crystals, different arrangement of crystals. And I'm going to start telling you that, spoiling, you know, any future videos I do on the subject, because that's a big, huge key to the truth, and it's going to flip out, and it's going to trigger people, but it is what it is. I'm showing you one of the biggest secrets of the universe. Everything is either crystalline or amorphous. Amorphous. So this is a crystalline structure, and then they tell you that it's atoms and molecules which do not exist. What are jet engines made of? We've been through that. Look at this. Magnetic loading of soft, blah, 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 electric engines. And this is from 2016. This paper presents the analysis of different soft magnetic materials for high speed, high temperature applications. Duh. Are airplanes traveling at high speed? Yes. Is the fluid that's coming out of the turbines hot? Probably, more than likely, due to the friction though, high temperature. Such as embedded electrical machines for aircraft gas turbine. Ta-da! The aim is to provide a comparison of their electromagnetic and thermal impacts for varying alloy content, such as nickel, and lamination thickness. The comparative study is carried out among different lamination material choices based on iron loss, thermal impact, blah, 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 blah. Furthermore, okay, so there, man, they know what's going on. They're just not going to tell you in the media, okay? Because we're the dumb sheeple. We're not worthy. We're useless eaters. We're the chaff, the cannon fodder, the peons. Sorry, guys. I mean, I get carried away. I'm a very positive thinking person. You've seen my videos on the beliefs and God and spirituality. But, I mean, this just gets under your skin. Look, high performance nickel iron permanent magnetics for electric motors and turbines with Professor blah, blah, blah. Okay? And this is from 2020. So they're kind of coming out with it because they can't hide it too much because they're starting to use it on the cars and the electric cars and the hypercars. But this technology has been around for ages, ever since they dug it up out of ancient Indian text in India. They didn't invent it. Okay, it was already invented. It came from past civilizations that were super advanced, way more advanced than this. These are just like the little scraps that we figured out. So there you have it, guys. It's a nickel. It's made out of nickel, and it's rotating inside a magnetic field. It could be a permanent magnet, could be an electromagnet, and it's generating power. And that's making for a perpetual motion machine of the third kind. Okay, which is defined as one that kind of just maintains its motion due to its own inertia. So once you rev up the airplane turbine with the air start, or you could even do a combustion start. I'll give you that. But so you do a start, and then once you have it up to speed, up in the air, the actual flow of the fluid is going to keep the turbine turning around, and that's going to keep inside the magnetic vortex is going to be generating power, and there you can accumulate that, and you can keep the engine running almost forever. Almost forever. It's almost a perpetual motion machine. It'll break down eventually, but that's why, you know, airplanes can keep going even when I don't know if you had this happen. I've had it happen myself. You're going to land in a big city, and for whatever reason there's too much traffic or they can't land. They divert you to another city that's, you know, tens or hundreds of miles away. It can be pretty far away sometimes, and you're like, I wonder, well, how much fuel do they have left? There's no fuel left. It's because the airplane itself, it's powering itself, just like modern electrical vehicles on the road. They have like the hybrids, and then they have the all electrical. Well, the hybrids, you know, they have a little gas, and then once that thing's moving, it's recharging the battery. It's doing the same exact thing, okay? And look, why do they need so many wires? 747 has 1,000 wire bundles, allegedly, right? Ranging in length from blah, 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 140 miles of wires. So the actual airplane itself could be the unit that's housing all that power and electricity. So you're like, well, where's the batteries? The whole thing is a flying battery, and it's a flying engine, perpetual motion machine of the third kind. So anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts. If I made any mistakes, if I missed something, if I'm completely wrong, if I'm right, I'd love your feedback. Be sure to bookmark my upcoming website, keystoThetruth.com, and like, subscribe, share these videos with your kids, with your family, with everybody. So we're trying to promote the truth. God bless you. Have a good night.